going on, everybody? So I saw Knives Out. The trailers were everywhere. The promotion was crazy everywhere. So I'm sure you know what this is. Their marketing team have been going crazy about this movie. So I've seen a ton of things going into it, and I went and checked it out. And so yeah, Knives Out. It's a kind of murder mystery kind of a movie. It's a comedy though. You definitely laugh at some things. So this movie's directed by Rian Johnson, and the cast is crazy. So you got Christopher Plummer, Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Anna de Armis, Toni Collette, Don Johnson, Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm forgetting some people too. Michael Shannon. Dang. There's still a couple more people that, that's in it. Like I can't remember Bill, the kid from It 1 and 2, the new version, by Andy Muschietti, like his version of Stephen King's It. The kid who plays Bill, he's in this film. Man, yeah. So it's so the cast is crazy. It's a lot of names, but anyways, Christopher Plummer plays this character. Like the whole film basically revolves around this the Thromby family, and it's not necessarily it's an original idea. In fact, what they've done is they've kind of taken these, let's take a little bit of this story, because it's a modern version of Clue, whether you like the game or not, or the movie made quite a while ago. What's the other one? Murder on the Oriental Express, or that kind of stuff. So this movie kind of fits in some of that vein. I'm not going to sit there and say Daniel Craig plays like this Sherlock Holmes character by any means, but he does play a cool character. His character is a little bit different than that, but that's just to give you a little bit of the premise of what it is, because kind of like anything, Christopher Plummer has created this, huge fortune. He is, this... Well, actually, I don't know if they said in the trailer, so I'm not going to say it. But he's created, a big fortune, and all of a sudden he passes away, and everybody's here for the funeral and stuff, and figure out what's happening with the inheritance. Now, all of a sudden, that's where Daniel Craig kind of comes in. He's like, I suspect foul play. So, and then it kind of just goes from there. So, the cast kind of brings us all to life, because they all have very distinctive characters. They're very different, and everybody executes it perfectly. The crazy thing, though, that for me is honestly, I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. I seriously figured this movie out, though. I didn't look at the clock, so I don't know, but I'm seriously gonna guess within 20 minutes. Now, there's a couple little things that I missed, but I literally had, 20-30 minutes. Like I said, I didn't look at the clock. It's a long movie too. It's over 2 hours. It kind of feels like that's the new norm, which is fine with me. To me, you're getting more for your money, and you always complain like, oh, there wasn't enough story. So keep bringing the longer films. I enjoy it. I might regret that when I have kids, but who cares? We'll worry about that then. So anyways, off topic. So yeah, probably 20-30 minutes. Like, if you pay attention, you will see the distinctive clues that point out some very big things. And so that actually was a little bit of a bummer for me, because throughout the whole rest of the movie, I was trying to convince myself, like, no, it can't be that easy. Like, throughout the rest of the whole movie, I was trying to convince myself that I was actually wrong. And I wasn't. Like I said, though, there's a couple tiny little things that, you know, you don't see coming, or at least I didn't. But yeah, even though I guessed it so early on in the film, the whole premise, basically, it was still very much enjoyable. I give this movie easily a 4 out of 5. It was definitely incredible. I laughed quite a bit. Like I said, the story was, even though it's not original, it's fun. I liked it. You know, you got this murder mystery with some comedy all in it, and it's just, yeah, it's a great flick. I don't want to elaborate too much more on it, because this is a kind of movie like you'll see once and you might not see it again, just because, like, if you know the whole ending, do you actually go see it again? And so I don't want to really say anything much more about it, just because you're going to have to go see it for yourself, because I do recommend it. I recommend seeing this film. If you see it in the movies or at home, that kind of stuff, do I think it's going to make a big difference? No, I don't. This isn't one that I feel like, yeah, you have to go to the big screens to see. I personally don't feel that way. It's a movie, though, the longer it is out, the chances are spoilers can come out, though, and could potentially ruin it for you. So I would encourage to see it sooner rather than later. But outside of that, this movie does not have an after credit scene, so once the credits come, you're free to leave. Although, like always, I do encourage you to stick through the credits and see all the people's names that helped bring this movie to life. I will say this, the credits in this film aren't that long, because even though, like, it's got a stacked cast, there's not very many cast members in it, and there's not a whole lot of CGI that goes into this film. So yeah, so I think overall, like, I encourage this movie. I think you'll enjoy it. So that's the quick movie review that I have for you for Knives Out. So if you've seen it, though, and let me know when you thought, you know, when did you figure it out? Like, hit me up in the comments below, because I'm curious, you know, like, is everybody figuring it out at the same time? Or, you know, did you figure out sooner, you know, or, like, did it take me a while? I'm definitely curious now about some other people's aspects on, like, what they thought of when they figured it out. So hit me up in the comments below. My water bottle just fell. If you like this video, push the like button, and always be sure to subscribe. That way you're up to date with future movie reviews. Thank you, guys.